Okay, so this is blood points per minute, as I understand it.
Blood points per minute. Definitely wanting to get as much as fast as possible. We'll see how that affects the perk choices from our last match.
I feel like we're going to see something a little more similar to the first round because escaping the match quickly does equate to a lot of blood points per minute. So if they can manage to capitalize on, say, unhooks and then force the killer into pallet stuns while getting out of the match quickly, I think that's the best return for points per minute.
I think they might actually be using the same exact builds as they did last game. Maybe not really thinking into it.
The same exact T-wall plays, too.
MarLin able to get a hit on Nightlight, now being ran around, is going to go into the closet, come out, and is smacked down to the ground. That's going to be an easy down.
How many blood points per minute is being on a hook?
Being on a hook gives you the opportunity to get a bunch of blood points per minute if you are skilled enough to pull yourself off.
To Kobe. So once again, there's no up the ante in sight. Is the 4% with him?
Could be a strategy. It would be interesting to see two survivors try to have luck play into it. I wonder how the rules play into two survivors pairing up together, dying on purpose, getting on hooks and trying to Kobe off, and then immediately dying again.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the two Bloody Claudettes are on the team, yes?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know.
Okay. Well, they are definitely earning some blood points per minute through these heals and unhooks. Maybe the down was intentional. Walking into that locker.
Takes a chainsaw into the back. Hadouken, not really able to play the chainsaw off of MarLin's, is on the ground getting slugged. All three Claudettes being found at the same time right now, but MarLin forgoes the chase in favor, never mind, is able to find Claudette at the shack, gets an easy hit, takes the window.
That was a questionable fake. Yeah, I mean, the Dwight, you know, MarLin has had a history of this tournament of, at times, struggling to land back revs on survivors, but his rank 20 colors are shining loud and proud.
Here we have Claudette able to take advantage of the double pallet loop setup on the open side of the shack window. MarLin, not wanting to be abused like that, drops the chase and goes after another survivor.
On that Claudette craze to Jungle Fever.
Velociraptor now dropping the pallet, gets an easy 1,000 points for that killer stun. Isn't committing to a side, is waiting for the Billy to force him away from the area. Billy
looks like brutal strength is the cure. 3-man generator being worked in the Wretched Shop. It looks like the killer did land the 33% chance for that window.
Got very lucky on that one. Isn't going to have to worry about the Pack 2 windows. Spine Chill was actually getting that gen done a little bit faster for the Dwight. Every time MarLin looked over at the gen, it was getting done 6% faster.
Not to mention those extra skill checks. Absolutely critical. Ooh, not whiffing back revs today. It was close. There's a bit of distance between him and the Claudette, but he managed to close that with his increased speed.
Mira Barrett going down now.
Straight to the basement. As the Dwight plunders, looks like he's ended up with a med kit, survival points. Don't know how that's going to contribute to his blood points a minute, but it's definitely a factor in this game.
Is able
yellow
to pick
medkit
up a
too.
Yellow medkit, yes.
That'll grant him a full heal if he chooses to use it, or even has the opportunity. But blood points per minute, I don't. How do you think it's looking? I don't know necessarily how well they're doing.
It seems a little slow for my taste, but we have gotten a lot of co-op points on those 3-man generators that have been completed. However, these attempts at going down into the basement with multiple people isn't really working out. They didn't commit to the hill either.
Valorsi's wanted to get that unhook points. He wanted the altruism, but he's not getting it. Ham Planet is healing a teammate with a normal medkit. There is no speed increase for healing a teammate with a normal medkit.
Interesting
Questionable
choice.
play.
Interesting choice. It might come back to bite him if he tries to heal himself now. If
He won't be able to get that full heal anymore.
If he doesn't get multiple skill checks on the great factor, he's going to lose his medkit and not heal at all. However,
Maybe that's the master plan. He has spine kill.
He still will get points though. Nightlight gonna go down. Getting slugged right now. MarLin, in favor of a chase, immediately finds another Claudette and just wiggles back and forth into the pallet falls. And
Wiggle to drop pallet. New tech. Gets a slick hit on Velorsus there.
Velociraptor really able to play that pallet, make as much use of it as possible whenever it's down. However, now Hopscotch trying to dodge this chainsaw, wiggles into the car and away from it, and just runs out of here, skipping away. Dwight now still in the chase. MarLin lost all his bloodlust, might take a hit here before he reaches the check pallet.
But he doesn't use the pallet. He sits by the window, an interesting choice, but it does pay off. And MarLin acknowledges it with a head bob. Oh, a little too premature on that lunge.
Definitely bringing that swing out early.
Yeah. Hagrid has a lot of experience with Shax. He knows what he's doing.
Hagrid
That
now.
is the most unsafe pallet. Yeah, that was to be expected. Sorry, Hasselhoff.
This will be Dwight's second time on the hook, I believe. Oh, nope, his first. MarLin now chainsawing away, trying to find a survivor. Ends up finding a generator completed across the map. Gets a notification for the unhook. Sees the nurses calling, healing going down, and lands the chainsaw right at the hook flare.
Across the map! Mirror Bear, you got some serious reflection to do after this tournament.
MarLin committing, picks up Mirror Bear, puts her right on the hook. Could have gone for another chase, but decided not to slug in favor of the close hook.
I am surprised that Mirror Bear is struggling on the hook after a display like that. You would expect a little bit of seppuku in the game here. No honor.
Interesting, interesting. 3 survivors in the area, 1 injured. Trying to protect their teammate.
There, as it turns out, breaking news, there is no collision between killers and survivors in Dead by Daylight. The more you know.
Here is one of the rare cases where it actually worked in the killer's favor. Now bringing up 2 survivors down on the ground. Only has 1 hook in the area, though. He's going to have to make another choice for where he wants to put Heineken.
Slap back on that hook where she belongs. After a snipe like that, you're on borrowed time. Not Dead by Daylight perk borrowed time, but it's over.
Now, I believe the timer goes until the end of the match. Mirror Bear dying early into our 8th minute, though.
Going for the unhook, possibly? Nope, going for the window. Ooh. MarLin recognizes he won't land the back rev. It was a good technique, pulling up the chainsaw to deny the unhook and then swapping to his melee attack for the window because that's all he would have landed.
Caught her mid-animation, got no speed boost, is able to stay close in on this chase. Velociraptor only had 1 more vault on that window at the shack, is now going to have to find a new area.
Did he lose the chase on Ventriloquist? It appears yet. Oh, no, nope. He's back on it.
Still has the chase. Now running to the opposite side of the map.
The debris from that pallet is currently orbiting Saturn. I'm so sorry. Better luck next time.
No evidence for the pallet being used. Hopefully to be fixed soon. Makes it a little bit easier to recognize what part of the maps you're on if you know if you had broken pallets or not. A basement hook for the first one for Verlaces. Nightlight hiding near the corner of the map, hasn't decided to try to go for the save yet, starts working towards it right now.
How many times can you fake a window?
Happy Clown, now really showing off his Shaq Fu, is able to run MarLin around, gets one vault out of the window, fakes it.
Not falling for it this time. MarLin going straight for the hit on it. I don't have a name this time.
We're running out of names, Flair.
I heard you repeating, so we've dropped quite a few.
Alright, Hippopotamus down, out of the game. Verlaces and Nightlight left over, trying to get as many points per minute right now. They should.
What are they? They're canceling. This is an interesting tactic. I've never seen this before.
So
spacing out the heals
doing,
for possible greater chance of skill checks?
What they're doing is, I believe they were missing skill checks on purpose in favor of more healing.
Interesting.
I could be wrong though, but I didn't see any missed skill checks.
I'm pretty sure that that doesn't work regardless. At this point, it might just be better for them to kill themselves so they have better points per minute. Perhaps taking hits while landing pallet stunts.
Definitely taking the gamble right now to stay in the game. There is only one gen left, but the chances of them escaping at this point is a little under favorable.
Yeah, I don't see them having a good chance here. Oh, they stopped healing because of Nurse's calling, apparently, which makes perfect sense. I can't hear the terror radius.
Isn't able to get
Wiggles
to the hook.
out?
Isn't able to get to the hook. Was camping that area too much. Is out of hooks on that side of the map.
Interesting name change, but this one sucks. I believe was previously named I Like This Map, which is a little bizarre considering he just managed to wiggle out. I feel like he must be liking this map now.
Nightlight has a pallet in between him and the killer right now. When he chooses to drop it, he chooses a little bit too early. That wasn't even close, Flair.
Bloodlust is building up.
Gonna have to
There
make
is
a real
no
choice
reason
here.
for MarLin to kick that pallet if he wants to land a hit here, so he's just gonna keep staring at the survivor. In 2017, staring at the survivor is all that is required to hit the survivor. But he kicks the pallet instead of going for a hit, where he could have landed a hit with Bloodlust. This one sucks. Now, on the other side of the map, with Adrenaline, it's a teabag in for good measure. A little bit of BM we're seeing here today.
The 5 seconds of separation is huge on that Adrenaline. Not
A little
only
more
the
than
hill
5
strike.
seconds now that Hope has come into play. I don't think these guys are going to see anywhere near being hit with how fucking fast this man is flying around the map. He has wings! Who gave this man Red Bull? That's got to be illegal. That's boosting, isn't it? You can't
MarLin
do that.
able to pick up on the survivor, going for the door, drops the chase in favor of getting...
Look at this. Improved 360s with that extra Hope movement speed bonus. Managed to make it around to the wall where the chainsaw back grab is no longer a viable option because of how goddamn fast he's moving. Unfortunate. He hopped into the locker instead of running around the object. That was a suicide move in favor of style. We've been seeing a lot of those in these games.
Too many locker jukes there. Definitely should have waited a little bit. Maybe had his teammate come over. Who knows? You're really taking a gamble whenever you jump into a closet when the hillbilly is revving right behind you.
Mm-hmm.
One
of the worst mistakes you can make against a hillbilly, but also some of the best payoff potential. It looks like Verlaces is just going to leave him in the basement. Was he Deathhook?
He was not Deathhook. However,
Because
I do think that Verlaces should have waited.
Verlaces could have pulled off a save, and that extra 5,000 blood points would have been very impactful. because the killer is not allowed to camp. As long as you aren't seen, you can pull off the unhook. So I
Correct,
definitely
correct.
think leaving the match was a mistake. But
Even so,
who
the
knows?
the timing on leaving the match was a little off. Definitely should have waited until his teammate was hooked, because he would have gotten about 700 to 800 points struggling, which is probably going to be higher than their total for the length of the match.